This is We Eat So Good, and we thought we'd ring in the new year with decadence. Beef tenderloin decadence.
And blue cheese potatoes.
Of course.
Yes.
All right, so first we need to rub down our meat, and that is salt, pepper, and weirdly enough, baking soda, which is going to act as like a tanning salon.
To help with the browning of the tenderloin?
Exactly, because we don't braise this ahead of time.
And this came from like Sam's Club. It was huge, so we cut it down. This is half, right?
Correct. We do about half at a time because it's just usually the two of us.
And what are you doing here?
So once it's all tenderized and flavorized, we then tie it off so it's nice and uniform, so it cooks uniform.
So you tenderized it?
Yeah, I feel like that's what the salt's doing to it.
Okay, got it.
And my massage.
Got it. So this is kind of tying, so all the little like loose pieces are together so it cooks even, right?
Right, because it comes from Sam's Club and you're not going to get a beautiful butchering, so you want to just kind of tuck it all in, make it nice and uniform. Then it just goes off to the side and it's just going to sit at room temperature for about an hour or so, so I'm just going to keep on going and I'm going to make a beautiful sauce for this.
What's the name of this sauce?
I don't want to say it. Why
Say
do
it.
you always do this?
Say it.
It's like, I'm going to say it's persillade,
Okay.
but maybe it's parcelade. It's French. It's called a sauce, but it's more like a relish.
Yeah, it's really good with a nice tender piece of meat, though. You could use it on a lot of stuff.
Oh, we have. We've used it on eggs. We've used it on steak and cheesies. We've used it on sandwiches.
Yeah.
This stuff is good. Now, again, this is going to have some weird stuff in this. So we have parsley. We have the little cornichons coming up. We have capers. And everything has to be minced.
Now, we love cornichons. Me and Stanley love them especially. Oh, and you actually love them too, like your little dance there.
They're quite special. Little cornichon tax right there.
Yep, pickle tax. So you're just chopping them all up here to add to the sauce, right?
Yeah, I just kind of quarter them and then I just chop them from there. So that way they're the little tiny pieces because this is going to kind of drape over that beautiful beef and you don't want to have big chunks of pickle.
Yep, so add the pickles in. And you said it has some more weird ingredients. What's next?
So next is going to be a little bit of the cornichon juice.
Ah, okay.
Like the brine. And then next is going to be capers. And so I just kind of wring my knife through them to get it into like little tiny pieces.
Yeah, and I saw you in the strainer. Did you rinse them off first?
I did, because those can be very salty and briny.
Okay, and here you go with your favorite tool in the kitchen, the garlic press.
I do enjoy the garlic press. I don't know what it is about it.
I don't know, it's got like a little bit of violence. It makes it easy. Look at this. Smash.
It
smash.
does. It feels medieval.
It feels medieval, yeah. Crush it on through.
Yep. And so then that's all going to go in. And so notice that, we have our beef off to the side. Now we're making this. So this is going to also stay off to the side so it can all marinate because you want that raw garlic to chill out. You don't want to be making this as your beef's resting.
Okay, and here we're getting your mini potatoes. They're all washed, and you're just cutting a little strip around the outside. Is that so the flavor can like soak in better?
Exactly. That's getting you to Flavor Town.
Here you go, upgrade.
Yeah, this is working smarter, not harder.
Bam, there it is, 1 minute later.
I wish.
And getting rid of all the peels into the compost.
Yep, and so now we're going to finish out that bunch of green onions, and so we're going to just kind of easily mince these in, and you want the darks and the little white stems.
Yep, and you got the shallot here. That is a big old pile of potatoes, but
Yes.
We love potatoes.
We do. We are potato people.
Absolutely.
All right, so now some good olive oil. And this is like a Le Creuset, but you could use a Pyrex. You could use, I don't know, a Dutch oven maybe, depending on the size of your beef.
Yep. Anything that can go on the stovetop as well as inside the oven.
Oh, that's key. So now you've seen us do this before, so we're just blooming off our herbs here. Then I'm going to add more garlic. I have my favorite tool out yet again.
Garlic and garlic and garlic and garlic. Yeah, into there, but you don't want to put the garlic in too soon because garlic burns real easy, so just kind of adding it after the spices have bloomed and then immediately putting in the shallots and the green onions.
Now, I just have an affinity for shallots. You could use yellow onion. You could use red onion. That'd be pretty. adding your potatoes. Now, I have done this before where I did not do that little ring around the potatoes, and the herbs don't get in there as good. And
Wow.
this is delicious. So you want all that herby, smoky goodness, because that's smoked paprika there, and that's just next level, people.
Oh, nice. And then these go in the oven for what, like 30 minutes?
You put them in for 25 minutes, so depending on how fast you chop, you should be right around the time where your beef is now set out for an hour. So now the beef goes directly on top of the potatoes, and then we add a little more oil onto the beef, so that way there it just gets a really good crust. And then it's going to go back into the oven with the probe. That is key in this, is the probe.
Yeah, it's a little temperature probe here where the wire goes outside the oven, and you can keep an eye on the temperature, set an alarm for when it's perfect. And what is the perfect temperature for this?
The perfect temperature for a tenderloin is 120, max 125 oven internal temperature. Then you must let it rest for at least 15 minutes, which is the perfect amount of time to put the topper on the potatoes. Blue cheese crumbles.
Oh my gosh, my mouth is watering. This is like one of my favorite things. I love blue cheese potatoes.
All right, so now the beef has rested for 15 minutes, and now we'll slice.
Ooh, look at that. Perfect.
Look at it. It's so perfect. Now, if you had seared this, you would have had like kind of a ring around it, and it's not as uniform pink. And I'm being kind of judgy, but I like the uniform.
And you got one of your plates here, a little
Yep.
side of roasted broccoli there.
And here's the potatoes. You cannot give enough of these potatoes. And now the sauce, I mean, next level. You are going to impress people with this meal.
We're talking about a complete meal. Here's dessert too. Homemade gingerbread, homemade whipped cream, and a little sprig of mint on there. And then to top it all off, the perfect old-fashioned. And we got videos for both the gingerbread and the old-fashioned. I'll put the link in the description.
Enjoy.